Hi everyone, it's Ed from Runnable. Hope you're doing well. I've just about recovered from that London Marathon. Big thanks for all the nice comments on the London Marathon video. It was quite an ordeal, but one which I'll never forget. It was such a special occasion. And talking about special things, today we've got a special shoe in the house. We've got the Puma Fast-R Nitro Elite 3. And in this review, I'll be giving you my first impressions of this shoe. This was used in the Project 3 project by Puma, so lots of runners who qualified for that and managed to get in that have been using this shoe for a while. This is relatively new for me, so you're getting my first impressions. I didn't get a chance to run the London Marathon in it. I did have the shoe, but I bottled it basically. I didn't really want to risk running in a shoe that I'd never run in before. But I have run in it now. I've run about 5k, about 7k actually altogether. And I've got a fair idea, with first impressions of what it feels like to run in this shoe. Hi everyone, it's Ed from Runnable. Hope you're all doing well. I would say fresh from the London Marathon, but I'm not sure if fresh is the right word, but I'm back at my local park. Back doing a little bit of a run. It's now Wednesday, so I think that's acceptable. I'm not going to do anything major today, but I do have a new shoe on my feet. Let me show you. So I have the much hyped Puma Fast-R Nitro Elite 3s on my feet. So these are the shoes that this research claims give us the greatest efficiency advancement since the original Vaporfly hit town. So there's a lot of research done on that. You can Google that online somewhere and see for yourselves what they're claiming about this shoe. Now for me, claiming is one thing, but actually running in something is another. And so I like to, as you know, I like to test out the shoes based on how they feel on my feet, experience in running in them, and most importantly for me, racing in them, because these are racing shoes, right? We want to know if they're fast. So today is just going to be an initial feel of the shoe, how they fit, the sizing, whether they've got a nice bounce to them, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to put them through the speed paces today. I'm going to wait for a proper race to give you the most accurate picture in my mind of how quick this shoe is. But just running down the road, I can tell you now they've got a nice bounce to them. And spoiler alert here, I think any of you guys that like the Metaspeed Sky Paris and you are fans of the original Alpha Fly, I think you're going to be happy, because I'm getting some serious vibes there. Anyway, that's enough for me now. I just also want to say big thanks for all the support, for London Marathon. It was a hard training block. I got through the marathon. It's really hot. As you'll see, watch the video. You'll see footage of me, actually running before and after, and some funny clips with people I spoke to after the event. And also spoke to Ben Parks, which was the first for me, which was nice. It was a bit brutal, but like I said, big thanks to all of you for the support. I really needed that throughout the whole block, and in general, it's just so nice to get these kind words. And with that, I should start running because I'm in my lunch break and I've got to get back to Teams calls. See you later. Bye bye. Okay, so running in my local park, and for the first time, I'm using the Puma Fast-R Nitro Elite 3s, and they feel nice and bouncy and propulsive straight away. What's also quite nice is the fit. They've got a very nice lightweight upper, but it wraps really nicely around your foot. Now I went up half a size in these shoes, got plenty of space in the toe box. I think perhaps even a bit too much. So I'm thinking, maybe if I was to buy these again, instead of 9.5, so I'd go 9, true to size. I think I'd have enough room. They're not the widest fit, but they're wide enough. And I think the upper material wraps nicely round your foot. It's very, very lightweight. The tongue is so flimsy, but it seems to do its job, which is the main thing. So they've gone for making this shoe as light as possible. It feels so light on my feet, it's ridiculous. But yeah, given how beat up my legs are from the marathon, it feels nice running in this shoe. So that says to me already that this is going to be an awesome shoe. I think when I'm back at full fitness, meaning my legs have recovered a little bit from that run at the weekend, I'll test this out in a race and you'll get a better idea. I'm going up a hill now, probably the first hill I've been up since the London Marathon. It's a bit of a struggle, but not because of the shoes. They're nice and light, bouncing me up. So they're giving me very much Metaspeed Sky Paris vibes at the moment in how light they are, and also the plate. I feel I'm getting a nice engagement of the carbon plate in this shoe, and considering this is my first run and I'm actually quite a light person, only 63 degrees then, what am I talking about, 63 kg, round about that at the moment. That feels really nice to engage the plate. I often don't do that straight away. I often need the foam breaking down a bit. When this shoe, I am engaging, I can feel it. It's also got a nice kind of, I wouldn't say mega soft foam, but it's soft enough for me anyway. I tend to like soft foams, but even for me, I found the Endorphin Elite 2 maybe a touch too soft, and my feet would have to be doing too much work in that shoe. But this feels just about perfect, right? The foam in this, which I believe is TPU, but a new compound compared to the DV8 Nitro Elite 3. It's apparently similar foam to what was in the previous version of this, which was obviously the Fast-R Nitro Elite 2, but it definitely feels softer, right, than those two. I find Puma shoes in general to be on the firmer side. I did with the Nitro Elite 3, DV8 Nitro Elite 3, and this one I'm finding just about perfect. So not too soft and not too firm. Right, I'm going to stretch my legs a little bit. This could be a mistake, but I'll go for it and see. Okay, here we go. Just to give me a bit of a taste of what it's like to go faster in these shoes. So I'm hitting the 4 kilometre pace mark, which is a good indicator, and it feels great, to be honest. I feel nice and bouncy, pushing me forward. Not the most aggressive rocker, more of a spring forward. So again, I'm thinking Metaspeed Sky Paris fans, you're going to like this shoe. And then also, it's given me, with that run then, it's definitely given me Alpha Fly OG vibes. I thought that when I ran down the road in them, because that's quite a quick, because it's a steep road, I was running quite quickly down. And when I hit hard on the forefoot, I'm feeling I'm getting that trampoline effect like you get with the Alpha Fly OGs. So I'm thinking already, lots of people say that that's their favourite shoe of all time, and I know why they say that, because of that trampoline aggressive spring you get from it. It's kind of wild but massively efficient as well. I'm getting the same feeling here. So Metaspeed Sky Paris has a love child with the Alpha Fly OG, and you may have got this Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3, and I think people are going to get excited about that. Right, let's do a bit of heel striking. Okay, not brilliant. So heel striking, if you're landing right at the back, it's not so good. I feel like I'm fighting it, rocking backwards a little bit then. Let's land a bit more flat. That's better. So if you're like a heel striker that kind of kisses and moves forward, that's fine. If you're someone who hits your heel with force, I don't think you're going to like this shoe. You're going to be fighting it because you're rocking backwards. You need to get off your heel as quickly as possible, transition as quickly as possible in this shoe. And if you do that, actually, it's quite a nice shoe, because I'm running that way at the moment and I'm transitioning well. So, but for me, where it really comes alive is in the forefoot. So you hit hard down on the forefoot with a decent stride, and you're getting that huge spring, gauging the plate, and this nice TPU foam. So Puma, I think, have come up with an absolute winner here. So let's just summarise. It was fine going up hills, felt nice and light. In general, feels really light. Upper feels fine. Fit, I probably should have gone true to size. It's roomy for me, but nothing terrible. I engaged the plate. Midsoles of just the right level of softness for me. Not too soft, but soft enough that makes me think I could run a marathon in these and it would be comfortable enough. Not a massively aggressive rocker, a bit more like the Sky Paris and the Alpha Fly OG in that respect, but aggressive in that kind of springy way where it springs you forward. You hit the ground and it springs you forward, and that is about it, apart from the fact it looks absolutely fabulous as well. So that's all I want to say. Stand by for the first run review, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. So very quickly, let's go through some key stats. So the shoe is incredibly light. I made this 190 grams in my UK size 9.5. I went up half a size, mainly because I had to, because I couldn't get 9. I would suggest you go true to size in this shoe. I don't think you need to go up half a size. It runs quite long. The only caveat I would say, if you've got really wide feet, you might want to go up half a size. I have I've been forced to, and it actually fits quite well, but there is room in the toe box. It's a good thumb's width of room, if not slightly more. So this, if anything, runs a little bit long. I would say it runs a bit like the Puma Deviate Nitro 3. So if you've got that shoe, you'll know what I mean. That runs slightly long as well. Okay. So like I said, incredibly light, 190 grams. It's got a 8mm drop. So you've got your traditional 40mm in the heel. You've got your 32 in the forefoot. To me, it didn't feel like an 8mm drop. It felt a bit flatter than that, actually. I think because the foam, although not being incredibly soft like the Endorphin Elite 2 or the Adidas Pro 4, it's still quite soft. It's kind of a bouncy compound. We'll talk about the foam in a minute. The upper, very, very lightweight, translucent upper. You can see right through it. Look at my fingers there. It's probably the lightest weight upper I've got, apart from the Miro 361 degrees, the Chinese shoe that I've got, which is probably something similar, a similar sort of compound. It's like an engineered mesh upper, so light, wraps around your foot, quite lovely actually. It's very nice in terms of the feel. It's wide enough, but it's not mega wide, so I think it will suit most people with normal width feet. If you're wider like me, you might feel a little bit of pressure here, and it does taper in rapidly at the top there, which is a reason maybe for going a half a size up. The tongue is one of the thinnest tongues I've ever seen. It has got some padding here, but it doesn't go up high enough really if you're doing a runner's knot. So I'd say Puma, if you could just bring that pillow up a little bit more, that would help. Because this is the kind of tongue that if you really cinch these laces tight, you might get a bit of lace bite. I got really good lockdown in this shoe. It's got a nice padded collar, and the counter is kind of semi-rigid, but there's enough around your ankle and foot and heel to keep your foot nicely in place. All in all, I think this is a fantastic upper actually. I would give this 5 out of 5. There's not many uppers that I would say compete with this. The only one I would say is Nike Alpha Fly 3. I might slightly prefer, but this is just, you know, a pretty good second place, I would say. So that's great. The laces are fine as well. They're not brilliant, but they're fine. They're nice. They're not like the Adidas Pro 4 laces, which are really cheap and thin. They've got decent size to them. Quite nice elasticy feel to them, and they stay quite tight and locked in. So lockdown, very good in the shoe. Outsole, Puma grip, thinner than normal actually, but still I feel like will do the job. You've got a huge landing pace here with lots of rubber, and then you've got your little pockets of rubber on the heel. So I think all in all, in terms of the outsole, it will be fine. I got decent grip in this actually. I think this is going to be like a 4.5, 5 out of 5 outsole as well. Absolutely fantastic. You can see the plate. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then midsole, what's interesting is first the geometry of this. You can see how there's a cutaway in the heel. So you heel strikers, you need to just be careful of that. You might have some issues, those that are landing further back. So if you land like that further back and you're hitting the heel quite hard, you may have a struggle getting over that bevel. I found when I landed flat it was fine, but when I landed slightly back onto my heel, there was more issues. It felt less easy to transition onto the forefoot. For those that are midfoot to forefoot strikers, if you're landing anywhere around here, then you're going to get the best out of this shoe, because you get a really nice bounce and spring with this aliphatic TPU foam. It's a new blend, this foam. It's similar to this, but I think softer, more forgiving and more bouncy. I wouldn't say it's the bounciest shoe in the world, but you get a really nice ping and propulsion. It reminds me a lot of the feeling I get in the Metaspeed Sky Paris, to say there's some similarities there. And another shoe that's very similar, and a lot of people are going to like this, is the Alpha Fly OG. So if these two had a love child, I think we have the baby, the love child of those two here in this shoe. A lot of people are going to like what they're hearing there. Those that were fans of this shoe and now actually like this shoe, you've got the lightweightness of the Metaspeed, the nice ping you get from the plate of the Metaspeed, and you've got that really nice landing pad like you've got in the Alpha Fly OG, with that really trampoline effect that keeps you bouncing forward. So I think those that like those two shoes are going to absolutely love this shoe. In terms of other things, when I picked up the pace, in this shoe. It was absolutely fantastic. Stability wise, you know, I was you know, going around some corners. It felt fine to me. It's not as soft as the Endorphin Elite 2 or the Adidas Pro 4, so I'd say it's a bit more stable than that. Just be careful if you're landing further back here. You can see how narrow it gets. So if you heel strike, it might be slightly more challenging, but for me, when I land here, I've got this huge trampoline pad to land on, which is great. So, and as I said, when I picked up the pace, it felt fantastic, this shoe. Great for going up hills because it's lightweight. I feel like it's going to be fairly durable. You know, that's Puma signs wearing away already, but the actual rubber, I think, will last for quite a while. And like I said, the grip is fine. And all in all, the only downside that I'm feeling with this shoe is the price at £260. Again, I think it should be priced at $220. So again, they've gone for it big time on the price. I wish they hadn't. It's $300 in America, which is a lot. But I think you're getting a really magical shoe here for that price. The other thing to note, which is quite important to know, is this shoe, they did some real extensive testing and came out very, very efficient in terms of running economy. So those of you that, you know, have run in the version 2, apparently it's more than 3% more efficient in this shoe. It was more efficient than the Alpha Fly by over 3% and more efficient than the Adidas Pro 4 by something like 3.5%. Studies, which I'll put in the video there that you should look at, those studies have made sure that this is now like the most talked about shoe for quite some time. But like I said, I'm not here to talk about the running economy and the efficiency studies. I'll put them in the video so you can read them yourselves. But what I am saying is there's a lot of hype around this shoe for a good reason. I think this is going to be an absolute winner. I'm going to race it at the weekend. Hopefully, if my legs are recovered, I'll give you a full race run report of the shoe. Other than that, it felt really nice to run in, and it definitely suits me as a 4-foot bounding type of runner. Those of you that have long stride that bound along rather than shufflers, I think this is going to be an incredible shoe for you. That's all I want to say now. Obviously watch the run footage where I talk more about my experiences in this shoe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.